everyone, and welcome to today's Stormlight video. So yeah, I didn't really mention my previous reaction video that I was going to do another one today, but here I am again. So yeah, so it's a particular video coming over the weekend, and yeah, like kind of before, definitely took a while to react to it, but now I want to be able to react to this particular video right away. Because this is Silver-Quill's latest artifact video, this one being on the Rainbow Rocks movie. So yeah, I definitely be curious what he's curious of thinking all his pages and such on the movie. So yeah, I want to be able to react to it today. And yeah, this video is like almost 27 minutes long, so I'm pretty sure has a lot to say. So yeah, since it's being based off the Rainbow Rocks movie, I have my Rainbow Rocks concept t-shirt on and my Sunset plushie with me. So yeah, we're gonna watch this together. So without further ado, let's get started. First, career throw a bit. And just before I start, those curious, yeah, I do have a bit of a cold at the moment, like stuffy nose one, so I do apologize that does get a little annoying throughout this, but just a little heads up there. Yeah. Alright, so let's react to After the Fact Rainbow Rocks here. In 3, 2, 1, play.
Before diving in,
okay.
I need to address an issue from my Flash Sentry video.
Okay.
Which has earned over 1 million views.
Damn!
Wow.
Yeah.
Many of you have rightly pointed out that I catapulted a Pegasus after I unbound his wings. This was not an error, dear viewer, as I did not want him to die.
Oh, God.
Did you think I wanted him to die?
Hopefully not.
You think me a murderer? Now, there's an argument you can't catapult something with wings like that, and I could counter with an analysis of aerodynamics, physics, wing mechanics. But why should I when I can just cite precedent?
Okay.
One of my fave ponies, and she's got my back. Thank you, Applejack.
You're welcome.
Oh, jeez.
And I don't want Flash to expire.
Yeah.
Who would I needlessly tease if that happened?
Oh, damn. So.
See, Flash,
Hey,
I appreciate you. I just do it in my own horrible way. And look, I wouldn't give a flight cycle to just anybody.
Oh, God. The Silver's turn.
Touche, sir.
Oh, he's going to human world. Oh, yep, he's a human character now.
Well, now, that certainly happened because reasons.
Yeah.
Kind of sets the tone for this movie.
Ooh, that's definitely cool coming in there. I love his outfit. This definitely should be a sort of review.
Remember how I did a double whammy review of both Equestria Girls and The Fall of Sunset Shimmer?
Yeah.
Well, I get to do a Nanupa whammy review this time around. Because Rainbow Rocks featured an impressive lead-up, with no less than 8 videos preceding the movie's release. And it's worth noting that these mini-videos demonstrate what Rainbow Rocks does right and what might go awry.
Yeah.
Our human heroines don't get a lot of individual screen time. In fact, I think Rarity's the only one who enjoys even a little solo screen time in her own short.
Yeah. Oh, I never reacted to that.
So she can manipulate boys with her appearance into doing her whims and apply some fresh bruising to the student body. Truly a role model for all young women. The storyline for each character follows a pretty basic format. One of the group needs an instrument to use in their new band, and I like how the instruments match the user's personalities.
Yeah.
Except for Fluttershy, whose tambourine doesn't seem to fit.
Yeah.
Although she enjoys the most unique storyline since it's more about hypnotizing wayward hamsters than proving her skills.
Yeah.
Yes,
What?
I'm aware of what I just said. Even by my standards, this show can get weird.
Yeah.
But seriously, what kind of band features a tambourine player?
Yeah.
When I saw her face,
Oh, the monkeys?
Well, okay, maybe.
Oh, that's 2? Let's see how he gets. Oh, he's singing and play that.
You've made your point.
3.
Okay, that's it.
Oh.
I'm firing my editor.
Whoa.
Yeah, good luck with that. Anywho, each character faces an obstacle that can only be resolved through mastery of their instrument, and they're instantly masters. Even Pinky, who has no formal drumming education, takes to it immediately.
Yeah.
This talent allows them to pony up.
Oh, yeah.
Don't blame me, that's what they call it in the movies.
Yeah, the French
No one
games,
bats an eye at this. Not the main cast, not the humanized shoutouts.
Yeah.
Nobody.
Check me out.
How is it that Rainbow Dash can waltz out of a mall looking like that and not face?
Yep.
Stay where you are, citizen. A doctor and or veterinarian is on the way. Also, Bryan Singer would like you to feature in the next X-Men movie. Consequence seems to be missing from the Equestria Girls movies.
Yeah, it's like
it's
everyone's like
often
really
missing
chill
from the
about
show
this.
as well, but the movie's condensed story really highlights the issue.
Yeah.
The last 3 shorts are all music videos. Shake Your Tail, Perfect Day for Fun, and my personal favorite, Music to My Ears. Just like the movie, the tunes might be catchy, but often the lyrics are very simple and the whole thing comes off as generic.
Yeah.
Many of the best songs from MLP are tied closely to either the character's personality or the events taking place.
Yeah.
We're All Friends songs really don't have the same connection.
Yeah.
That's why Music to My Ears is my favorite. In there, the beats emphasize in direct motion, so it all becomes interlinked.
Yeah, that was
So
really
let's
cool.
sum it up before heading into the movie proper. The visuals seem to have improved, and we're seeing more of this world than just Canterlot High.
Yeah.
There are more humanized characters that fans will enjoy recognizing, and the Human Five are acting as a group now. Unfortunately, there's no big hook to make you anticipate the movie, and there's a distinct lack of consequence to any action. The characters are already skilled musicians, and nothing seems to be working against them.
Yeah.
Let's see if this flick can step up the pace.
Yeah.
We start off where the last movie left off, just further away.
Yeah.
And right off the bat, magic is a factor as 3 teenagers absorb the negative mood of arguing groups. But far more concerning is the TARDIS-like properties of their hoodies.
Yeah.
There is no other explanation for how they could contain that much hair.
It's bigger on the
Things
inside.
take a turn as the girls witness the light show from Equestria Girls Climax.
It's equestrian magic, and we're going to use it to make everyone in this pathetic little world adore us.
Wait, that's your obviously evil plan? Make yourself popular using dark magic?
Yeah.
That's more wholesome than what some modern day celebrities have done for fame.
You can pick up a face.
Okay,
What?
there's something to mention about the music in a movie called Rainbow Rocks.
What?
I do listen to pop music and enjoy it, but this song is my least favorite for one simple
Really?
reason.
Songs that try to pass off la-las, na-nas, and doot-doos as legit lyrics.
Okay.
I think I just fangasmed a little.
Okay.
Yeah, as first impressions go, this opening didn't raise the excitement.
Really?
Yet
I
it's
really
not
like
all
the
discouraging.
guitar beat to it.
The next shot is of Canterlot High.
Yeah?
And that's probably the biggest strength in this movie.
Really?
In the first Equestria Girls, the movie started in the
Oh,
Pony
okay,
universe,
yeah.
and the goal was to eventually return. This strange new world was a place from which to escape, not live. This movie, we're in the human world for all but one segment.
Yeah, in the third one,
This
they were
is
there the
norm
whole
now,
time.
So it's a little easier to accept the setting.
Yeah.
Though seeing the high schoolers just doing stuff still doesn't draw my attention. Not as much as the true protagonist,
Yay.
Sunset Shimmer. There is nothing of the old Sunset on display here besides the outfit and that bacon hair.
It's bacon!
She's a lot nicer, more vulnerable, and everybody casts her dirty looks. Well, I wanted more emotion for the background cast, and here you go. Can't really blame them since being turned into a brainless army by a demon would leave some scars.
Yeah.
Poor kids must have needed some therapy after that.
I think it's going to be one of the most
God.
exciting events we've had at CHS since the fall formal.
Exciting? How do you function?
I am never gonna live that down.
Aw.
Live it down. Sunset, this ain't like knocking over the punch bowl at prom.
Yeah.
You tried to conquer the world.
Yeah.
Of course!
Of course.
This is Sunset's arc for the movie, atoning for and overcoming her past. Despite my
Love the
lackluster
reference.
response for Sunset in the first movie, seeing her under all those withering glares makes me sympathize. The whole school is against her, except for Twilight's gang, who are friendly but still awkward, and still very unconcerned when they grow ponytails and new ears when they play.
Who cares why it happened?
Fucking Rainbow.
Rainbow, do not make this a Care Bears crossover.
I volunteered to show some new students around the school. Thought it'd be good for them to get to know the new me before they heard all the stuff about the old me.
Yeah.
Right there. That's the line that sold me on Sunset for this
Really?
film. It might have been tempting to simply have her play the victim throughout the movie, but this shows her being active and trying to build a new reputation.
Yeah.
But gasp, could her special guest be Trouble?
Yeah.
We are.
Yeah. That's kind of a little too much.
Criminy. I'm sorry. It's just
So.
that face.
Yeah.
Oh, that face. This is supposed to be this big oh no moment. Yet all I can do is focus on that expression.
Silver.
This is the face of evil. Hey, you don't want me cracking wise? Don't give me the opportunity. That's how this works.
You'll have to excuse them. They're idiots.
Aw.
Okay, that's it. Shut it down. We're done.
Well,
Sorry, but
what?
it's all downhill from here.
Really?
That was the funniest line in the movie, so I'll see ya.
Aw. Silver.
Well, okay, but only because I like you guys.
Yeah, all right.
So while Sunset goes to talk to her friends, the Dazzlings exposit on their plans to mess with the school's
Okay.
collective heads, which, given what we've seen of the student body thus far, isn't that hard.
It's Taco Tuesday.
The movie hath given unto thee a meme, and thou shalt repeat this meme for no less than 6 months after movie's end. And then thou shalt continue to drive the meme into the ground for a period not less than 1
And I should know I
year.
made PMV based on
Just follow my lead.
Or my lead.
Oh.
My lead.
I hope you enjoyed that moment of internal tension because it was the Blue Plate special, and there are no seconds.
God. Oh boy.
Having already seen my least favorite song, we now have my favorite. Not necessarily because of the music itself, but because of everything that goes into this.
Yeah.
The fluid movement, the choreography, and above all else, the meaning behind the Dazzlings.
Yeah.
I have to ask this question.
What?
Could the Dazzlings represent sex appeal in music? Look at their clothing. Look at how they move.
Yeah,
Swaying
especially how
hips
they
and
move.
adagios need to touch or caress everyone she passes.
Yeah.
Even before we learn their origin, the analogy to the Greek sirens is pretty strong here.
Yeah.
But I also see them as part of what's going on in music right now. So much of popular music is based on either enticing sex or boasting about past conquests.
Yeah.
Is it that way because sex sells, or does sex sell because that's the message with which they bombard the audience?
Both?
I couldn't tell you.
I don't know.
But everything about increased sex appeal is really meant to dazzle you, to distract from any shortcomings in the song or the performer, because it's not appealing to that part of you.
Yeah.
Just like the Sirens of Myth, it's a distraction meant to pull you closer to what will eventually cause you harm. So, what will our main heroines do to counteract this?
We let Principal Celestia know all about this, and those girls will be kicked to the curb in no time.
No, seriously, what's your plan?
That's
Last thing she needs is another CHS event almost ruined by some power-crazed lunatic. No offense.
Yes, because if there's one thing I've learned from YouTube, it's that you can say selfish and insensitive things all you want as long as you tack on no offense at the end.
And we think having a battle of the bands instead is a marvelous idea.
Oh, Christ.
I'm glad they included that eye glow because I couldn't tell this apart from their usual ineptitude.
Oh!
Though I don't know what they thought Principal Celestia could do against dark magic.
Oh.
I rib on her for ineptitude as a principal,
Yeah.
but I don't expect her to have the power of an alicorn.
yeah.
It's not like we haven't tangled with dark magic before and totally whooped its sorry butt.
No offense.
How do you do anything against evil singing beyond earplugs? Their song is spreading across YouTube, Mr. President. They've already reached first fame and are poised to win over the gaming community. The last bastion of pure decency on the internet. I'm sorry. I can't say that with a straight face. Anyway, you must make a decision.
I love Des gonna be president. Oh, shit. Oh, God.
That was heartless and poorly conceived, Mr. President. I like that kind of your jib. So the first act closes
jeez.
with the Dazzlings in control, and unlike
God.
last movie, there is no point in reaching out to the student body for help because they're all under the Dazzlings' sway.
Yeah.
In fact, the Dazzlings make much better villains than Sunset. They're pretty awesome villains, period.
Yeah.
While Sunset's plans were contradictory or self-defeating, the Dazzlings have one master plan that nearly comes to fruition.
Yeah.
There's no denying their menace. But for all that, I get held up by one simple fact.
What's that?
Their goal.
And
Oh,
we're
become
going to
popular.
use it to make everyone in this pathetic
Yeah,
little
that was
world
the greatest
adore
plan.
us.
Over goal plan.
They have the power to sway hearts and minds with a song, and their goal is popularity.
Yeah.
Granted, they might want to control the world, but all I get is a sense that they just want adoration. If they were to win, the world wouldn't be in danger from tyrants, but rather from mismanagement. People would be too busy finding attention on the Dazzlings to make things function. Like Nightmare Moon's Eternal Night, the Dazzlings' plan is a threat born from lack of foresight than anything else. So our human heroines decide they need a pony heroine. And how do they get around the fact the portal won't be open for a long time? Sunset conveniently has a magic journal. Whatever she writes appears in Princess Celestia's book. I should point out how contrived this is, including the fact that Celestia happens to send it to Twilight.
Yeah.
But it might actually clear up some of my questions from the first movie.
What's up?
Dear Sunset Shimmer,
Oh, because the voice
I
actor.
hope you're enjoying your self-imposed exile.
Wait, what?
It's been a busy time here in Equestria. Your replacement, Twilight Sparkle, just became a princess, thanks to a crisis I helped arrange.
Okay. Well,
If you'd like to see 4 princesses talking about royal things, then I hope you'll consider going through the reopened portal next week.
what the hell,
You
Celestia?
can sit in the corner. We'll be at the newly restored Crystal Empire, which is ruled by Cadence, who has no concept of internal security.
Oh.
She's been kind enough to put Twilight in the deluxe suite. 5th floor, room 509.
Celestia.
I'll include
Who's
a map
begging her
and
to
a
come
drawing
over
of
this
her
one?
new crown. which is a mystical element of harmony. You read about those, right? Hoping you're less of a shrew. Princess Celestia.
What? It makes as much sense as anything else.
Yeah, I
like
guess.
how magic works.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
One of my favorite reviewers could be quoted as saying,
What?
Magic, you don't have to explain.
"And to a point, I disagree. Magic can't be explained with the same certainty as physics.
Well, especially
but
with Sunset
it's not a
tried to
dodge
test
against
out in the third
consistency.
movie, one of the shorts.
That's why I'm not a fan of the phrase suspension of disbelief. A good story doesn't ask you to stop forming questions, it asks you to accept a premise. That magic can be worked by a specific wand movement in speaking a spell, or knowing an ancient language and something's true name, or reshaping matter through symbols and equations. Equestria Girls contradicts itself at every turn and leaves things vague, so there's a sense of anything goes, which undermines the fantasy. Now granted, I'm glad that magic's in play here more than in the first movie, but the next step is to define the rules. And yes, I do know that the friendship games tried to address this issue, but I didn't think it did a good job. More when I review that movie in 2018. Funny enough, the Sirens have a pretty clear set of rules.
I don't can't wait for his
The
review to that.
Sirens were 3 beautiful but dangerous creatures who had the power to charm ponies with their music. But to maintain this power, they had to feed on the negativity and distrust of others. But a certain Star Swirl the Bearded wasn't having it.
His beard will kill us all!
Rumor has it, he found a way to banish them to another world. One where he believed their magic power would be lost.
And look how well that turned
Yeah,
out.
damn, so
Way to
Star.
treat other dimensions as your personal dumping ground. Jerk. Bearded jerk. Star Swirl the bearded jerk. There, I've said it. Let the rebranding begin.
Oh boy.
How come they're just surfacing now?
I don't know.
Stop saying that!
Yeah, I don't
Can
know.
we get any kind of certainty when it comes to magic?
She's gonna take the magic in here and put it in there. That'll make the portal open up so that whenever she wants to, she can go from here to there. There to here. Here to there. Here to there.
Einstein once said, the definition of genius is taking the complex and making it simple. Remember that the next time anyone tries to dismiss Pinkie Pie as stupid. So space and time can stuff it as Twilight returns to Canterlot High.
Probably.
I'm back.
Yeah. Yeah.
Harsh. Even the Princess of Friendship won't take her offered hand right now. And our newest biped has the same tact.
Now that we're all back together, we can use that magic on
boy.
the Sirens. Just like when we were able to use it on Sunset Shimmer when she turned into that horrifyingly awful winged monster.
Yeah.
No
offense.
offense.
Okay, you're on. You're cut off. No more of that or I'll have to send you all to timeout. The rest of you, I'm sorry, you'll have to be insensitive about something else. For your convenience, I've prepared a list.
What? Oh, Christ.
This character is so forgettable that I can finish this review without having to remember her name.
Aw.
It has nothing on Canterlot High students who are so uninteresting that they have to humanize even more characters just to excite the audience.
Aw.
And feature the great and powerful marketing more and more.
Aw.
So the CHS student body gets brainwashed again? That puts them on an even lower level than Fluttershy's hamsters.
Aw.
Oh, look at the little Flutchy trying to be so tough.
Oh.
Isn't he precious?
What the hell,
Battle of the
Silver?
Bands of Vinyl Scratch isn't participating? Because we gotta get that toy in there somehow. What's this? I smell shipping.
Oh, God.
The Cutie Mark Crusaders exist.
Yeah.
That is all. And musical genius is never appreciated in its own time.
Oh, the girl with the cowbell.
So as I've summed up, the goal for the rest of the movie is to...
Oh, God. Fucking Chris.
I can't take you seriously with those expressions. I think it's her forehead. Most Equestria Girl designs have hairstyles that reduce the real estate, but Adagio's do seems designed to draw attention to the negative space.
Okay.
It looks like they forgot to put a big I'm evil billboard on her. Move on, please. Move on.
Oh, jeez.
The plan is to cast a musical counterspell during the competition.
Oh, God.
And at this point, you can pretty much play a game of guess the plotline.
Oh, boy.
The Rainbooms, a rough and tumble underdog group, have to sing their way to the top. But their conflicting egos threaten to tear the band and their friendship apart. Just before all hope seems lost, they reconcile and rally to win the day with an awesome song. So, how'd it do?
Oops. Where do you win?
What do I win? What do I win?
Oh, God, no!
That's not a good prize.
Yeah.
Actually, it's pretty hard to represent the band as an underdog when they keep shunning Sunset, especially after Twilight's return. I'm not really rooting for the group. I'm rooting for her.
Yeah.
And she's rooting for Twilight.
Must be nice to have everyone always looking to you for answers to their problems, instead of waiting for you to cause a problem.
Just because everyone expects something from you doesn't
Oh,
mean it's
this little
guaranteed
talk
to
in the
happen.
movie.
But that doesn't stop them from expecting it.
Which only makes things harder because the last thing you want to do is let everybody down.
Can we have more scenes like this?
Yeah, please.
Really, this is the best scene in the whole movie.
Yeah.
No, sorry, that's a fun shout-out, but that conversation between Twilight and Sunset expands both their characters, and I love it.
Yeah.
Sunset was meant to be a foil for Twilight in the first movie, but her attitude was so carbon copy bad girl, there wasn't any connection.
Yeah.
Twilight could no more be like the old Sunset than she could be like Prince Blueblood. Here, we get more sense that Sunset's attitude was a reaction to the pressure, the very same pressure that's causing Twilight to try and fix everything herself as a princess.
What?
Wow.
What?
I just realized that I'm standing outside a house and talking about 7 girls who are having a sleepover.
Oh, he's outside.
This is 80 kinds of wrong.
Yeah. Oh,
no,
oh God. Oh, the police pony. Oh, uniform.
So next day, practice, arguments, fashion.
You can never have enough
Oh, that
costume.
costume though.
I approve. Adagio's counterplan?
They just need a little push in the wrong direction. I have a feeling everyone here is going to be lining up to give them a shove.
Hey, there's a question. How much control do the Dazzlings have? Do they create hostility or do they shut down inhibitors? If they reach full power, can they achieve full mind control? Or is it always going to be messing with perception?
I don't know.
Got it. Oh, that face.
I'm going with perception filter because how can Principal Celestia and Luna not see all these other bands interfering with this
what the
iTunes
hell?
advertisement? Sorry, forgot whom I was talking about. A lot of interpersonal tension in this part. The Dazzlings know just what to say to make Sunset insecure.
Oh, yes. You girls are so tight. And yet, they didn't ask you to be in the band.
And Flash is trying to bully Twilight.
I bet you have no idea what you're even doing.
I've ignored Flash up until now because he was just there. But fans have jumped on this as a method to demonize the guy. But come on, he was under a spell. If they were at the point of true love, then I might buy into some resistance. But right now, this is just a crush.
Yeah.
Cut the guy a break.
What?
Did I just say that? Excuse me a moment.
Give the guy a break.
Why am I standing up for you? You're cliche and in need of some characterization, so I can't find any fault, but that's the greatest fault of all. When are you gonna do something meaningful?
Oh God. Silver. Oh shit.
I apologize.
Oh.
I needed to vent.
Oh,
So after
poor
a disastrous
Flash.
performance thanks to Rainbow and Sunset, oh, maybe they can do mind control as they gain more power.
Yeah.
But nothing does the trick like appealing to someone's ego, which leads to that certain someone committing an act of assault and wrongful
Yeah.
imprisonment. I think we skipped a few steps. Also, Adagio, never change. So we have the classic locked in a room
I think
trope.
I know who's his
Confined
favorite
space
at
with
this hours.
animosity and claustrophobia. And then they have a heart-to-heart because Sunset's the only one to see things clearly.
Yeah.
Except that she doesn't notice that's a pull door rather than a push.
I had to find somebody who wasn't under the siren spell to help me get you out. Never takes off her headphones.
Then how did you communicate with her?
Yeah. Coward dog.
I seem to be mixing up my cartoons.
I don't think it matters what song we play, as long as we play
I
it
love
together.
Courage as a kid.
No. I've had my fill of these dodges. Look, at the moment, this movie's going to rely on a contrivance either way. Either they make Twilight's struggle irrelevant because it was never a real issue, or they whip up a song in the time it takes for me to finish this sentence. If I had to go with the lesser of two flubs, it'd be the latter. But whatever. The Rainbooms gather for their comeback and oh, sweet criminy.
Yeah.
Rarity, reconsider.
Yeah. I like the outfits from the
Rainbow
shorts
Rocks
better.
is a better sales pitch than
Yeah.
Equestria Girls. Since the transformations are music-based, you can advertise different costumes and stages, so it works as a better pitch rather than the single scene in the last movie. But I don't understand this trend of throwing so many colors on the main cast.
Yeah.
It's the problem I had with the rainbow power forms. Where is my eye supposed to be drawn?
I don't know.
The mismatched leggings? The bizarre skirts? Their cutie mark symbols? This isn't good design work because the focus is all over the place.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of designs.
Oh God. What you gonna do is this.
I should call foul on this obvious bit of merchandising, but while the costumes just bother my senses, this is strangely charming.
Yeah,
But
it's kinda cool.
I gotta ask you, Vinyl, what kind of money are you making to afford something like this?
Yeah.
The only way your car could be more awesome is
Oh,
if
God.
it was a... And there you go. The whole point of the
guess they
Dazzlings
do
is to
something
say that they
Transformers.
bewitch their audience with their allure. The Rainboom's entire song is devoted to just singing because you enjoy it. I like the analogy since fame is fleeting and sometimes destructive, and it could lead to seahorse demons that want to destroy you. Okay, I think the analogy just snapped. But I gotta ask my fellow fans, looking at this, do you still want Sonata Dust to be your waifu? For all their combined effort, the Rainboom still can't match the Dazzlings. So it's time for the ultimate display of It's On!
Yeah.
The jacket comes off, and the ears come out. But that's not all.
Oh god, yeah, oh, this music's pretty cool. I never even recognize it. The story sounds familiar, but I'm not sure. Oh yeah! I love this bit in the movie.
This is surprisingly metal.
Yeah.
So the Battle of the Bands is won. The Dazzlings are booed off stage and will presumably starve to death without their magic.
Oh, Jesus.
Dark. But we don't have time for that because Sunset's part of the band now.
Yay.
Because Twilight's got to shuffle on back.
This isn't goodbye. It's just goodbye till next time.
Except that a certain teaser at the end of the movie says we won't be seeing much of Equestria's Twilight next time
Yeah,
around.
she was
that
clear
was
at the
Rainbow
very end,
Rocks,
but...
And how was it? Well, I see it as a blending of strong and weak elements. Once again, the audience witnesses a predictable storyline drawn over an extended runtime, and there's too loose a concept of magical rules.
Yeah.
It doesn't help that the internal tension we saw within the Dazzlings never amounts to anything. It would have helped the climax if we'd seen them start arguing in the midst of battle.
Yeah.
But for all the faults, I still had fun watching this because the focus is tighter. The movie is committed to the human world, so it's willing to show us more.
Yeah.
Show the members of Canterlot High being silly. Show the absurdities and the fun of this world. Show us why we should want to come back for a third movie.
Yeah.
But above all else, you, Sunset, stole the show.
Yeah.
Your struggle throughout this was
I love
something the
Sunset
audience
movie.
could root for in a way that the previous movie never expressed. And the moment you triumph becomes a nice sense of satisfaction. But I have to ask, what's next? The credits show that you've gained more acceptance from the Canterlot students, so things are looking up for you. You've earned real friends, so you have a support base. The only uncertainty is how you're going to move forward with life in a new world. Oh, I know! Masonry!
Well,
you did such a good job rebuilding the front of Canterlot High, you'd never know you destroyed it in the first place. No offense?
Oh god. Oh, Silver! Is he gonna fly back to Equestria now or something? Yeah, probably. Oh, jeez.
Seriously, just a little explanation. I'm Silver-Quill, and we'll be visiting the Friendship Games in the future.
Yay.
For now, it's time to start catching up on Season 5.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching.
Alright, it's okay, Celestia. That's a very nice voice actor there. That's what I made it. Yeah, very nice. Ooh, that's just a drawing over there. Some music. This is close friend. I'm a labor. Nice Patreon supporters. Oh, him and Digibrony? Oh, that's cool. Humanized versions. I think that's Anthony C there, and it's probably Silver next to him. Ooh, that's pretty good there. Alright, so that was After the Fact, Rainbow Rocks, and yeah, I definitely really like what Silver had to say here. It's very nice. So yeah, I did really like at the very beginning. He also mentioned like all the shorts that were released before the movie came out, since yeah, they're kind of at least like part of like sort of advertised for the movie. So yeah, I like how I was able to discuss about that, and yeah, I liked a lot of the things he had to say, especially like all the music stuff, especially when the Sonata does like Talk Tuesday thing come up. I absolutely loved what he did there, and yeah, like a lot of Pacific moments, and also I liked a lot of pros and cons he had with this. Yeah, obviously, like a lot of the characters start participating more. I like that too. Obviously, Sunset had a little more screen time and more development in this movie. I really love that. She had also a lot of cute moments and whatnot. And also some of the cons, like, especially with some of the Pacific songs I hear, like a lot of the lyrics were kind of like generic and whatnot. So at least some of them, not all. And yeah, definitely that one song with the Dazzlings saying the cafeteria, that's definitely a very good song. And like a bunch of other stuff going on, especially with yeah, I guess with them like referencing to like the sex appeal showing like the music industry these days. So I definitely like how I was able to I'll point that out, and obviously like him like sort of picking on the Flash Touch again here too. But I actually like Flash Touch, so I'll also can't like, check around this guy, you know, mean, but why not? And also his opinion on the girls' outfits at the end of the movie. Yeah, I kind of feel the same. It's like really flashy. I kind of would have liked it if they kept the outfits they had in the shorts. I like those a little more.
See, I was like how he's able to transport himself to the human world and then back to Coruscant. I really liked how he was able to do that, and yeah, it's like a lot of the other points he had to say throughout the movie, and like also like showing the clips of various movies as examples to what he was talking about. So I really like that. So overall, I really liked what he had to say about this movie. It's definitely a very good movie, but also obviously it has his faults and whatnot. But it's still a very good movie. And like a lot of pros and cons here. The references were definitely very funny to see, and I definitely can't wait to see what he has to say about the Friendship Games movie. So I definitely can't wait. So whenever that comes out, I'll definitely react to that as well. But obviously with him saying that bit at the end. At the end there, I'll probably I can now focus on doing some more reviews on season 5. So whenever his next After the Fact video comes out, I'll definitely react to that. So stay tuned till then. So overall, is end this reaction video. Make sure to like this video, subscribe to more videos, and leave a comment down below. So that's what video I should react to next. So overall, is end this video. Hope to see you guys very soon. Bye.